What's going on, everybody? So I just kind of wanted to take a few moments of your time and give you a little bit of an update on my plans for the channel for 2023. I'm going to try not to ramble on too long. I'll try to get as straight to the point as possible. But so starting a few months ago, like I've kind of been thinking about this for a few months now. Making a couple changes in particular to my channel. The main reason why is because it has just become a lot. A lot. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's really takes up a lot of my time. Going through all the songs, trying to capture all the ones I can, going through listening to all the albums and trying to make sure I don't miss any, all that kind of stuff. It really, really has, almost become a second job. It's something I enjoy, of course, and unpaid, but still, it's like on top of my day job. It just takes up a lot of my time. And there's a couple other endeavors I've kind of wanting to start dabbling in again. Some things that I like to do. One thing that I haven't done in quite some time, I kind of want to start back up again a little bit, and then a couple other things, just more casual things. I've been wanting to be able to focus on a little bit more. So there's just some other stuff I've kind of been wanting to do, and I've been doing this channel for a while now, and I had no idea where it would end up when I just started it. I just felt inspired, and so I started my channel, and it's kind of just taken off from there. And I've gotten more and more and more and more involved. So I feel like as time's gone by, the time I've been designating for my channel has increased and increased and increased and increased. And it got to the point to where I was like, you know what, I really need to stop this steady increase of time and kind of bring it down a little bit and level it out a bit, just to make it more, in moderation to where I can comfortably handle it and still have time to do some other things that I like to do. So I've been thinking for a while on how exactly, what would be the most beneficial and have hopefully the least amount of impact to my channel as possible, but would free up some time. So kind of settled on a couple things. I kind of made the decision about a month ago, but I just wanted to finish out 2022 with the status quo, just so I had a full year of business as usual. But then starting with 2023, I was going to change things up a little bit. So the two major things that I will be changing is I won't be doing a monthly top 5 on songs anymore. I will still be doing my monthly top 5 on albums, but songs, it's just kind of an extra thing that really, really takes up a lot of time, because I listen to so many off-channel because I try not to miss any, and then I keep them all in a spreadsheet with the links and all that kind of stuff when it was released. And then I go through and I mark a song if it kind of stuck out to me. I mark it down that I want to revisit at the end of the month. And so at the end of the month, I end up having like 15 plus songs sometimes that I marked. And so I have to listen to all of those and really narrow that down to 5 and then figure out my number 1. It takes hours and hours. It really, really does. So that's one thing I'm going to be switching up a little bit. So I will no longer, in my monthly videos, be doing a top 5 favorite songs of the month. Instead, what I will do is I probably won't listen to as many off-channel. I'll still listen to quite a few, but then if I don't like the song or it doesn't really jump out at me, I can just kind of stop it and move on instead of really trying to focus. But if a song does stick out to me, I will still log it. And in my monthly end of the month videos, in the description, I will just put all the songs that stuck out to me, period. Simple as that. So that way I can just take every song that I kind of marked that I was like, yeah, this is cool. I really like this one. I want to share this one, whether I did a reaction to it or not. And I'll list it in there. So you can still see the songs that I was enjoying. It just won't be like in a top 5 in a number 1 format. It'll just be, these are all the songs that stuck out to me for the month. And for albums, I really need to start cutting down on the amount of albums I listen to. You know, I've started again. It just has kept becoming more and more and more and more. And so I've been listening to regularly every month 50 plus albums, and it's just way too much. It's just way too much. Some days I just kind of have to stop and like switch to something else because I end up getting just a little bit of fatigue because I'm trying to focus so much on these albums and listen to them that I just go to something else that I just casually listen to, and I'm not trying to focus so much on it. And one thing I noticed was December, there was only, I listened to about, I don't know, 30 albums roughly, and that was a decent amount. You know, I noticed in December there was a little bit of a less weight, you know, on me, and so I was like, you know, if I can get the albums I listen to more closer to 30 regularly and not 50 or 60, that will help quite a bit. And the way I'm gonna do that is mostly in the melodic rock genre. I'm going to cut back a little bit. I'm still going to keep melodic rock as part of my channel. I'm still going to do melodic rock reactions. I'm still going to listen to melodic rock albums, but not as many. And the reason for that is, for instance, and not to pick on any particular label in general, but we all know Frontiers Records is the main one that releases the melodic rock. Simple as that. And boy, do they release melodic rock albums like nobody's business. And it's kind of gotten to the point to where a lot of it feels like it's just coming off the factory line. And I'm just listening to the album and I'm just like, it's just very kind of status quo, very somewhat general, standard fare, if you will. And the ones that stand out are a little bit more few and far between. So the only like melodic rock albums that I'm going to listen to, especially the ones from Frontiers, is if a single sticks out to me, like, oh wow, this sounds like something kind of different, something I'll like. Then I'll add the album to my list. Otherwise, I'm just gonna move on. You know, especially if it's more on just the rock side and not as much on the melodic rock side. It's just more of kind of like a hard rock. You know, I'm gonna kind of move away from those a little bit, even though there's been some that I've loved in the, you know, but I'm gonna kind of move away from those a little bit. And the melodic rock albums, I'm not just gonna listen to every single one because it's released. It's gotta stand out to me in some way. Like I said, a single where I'm like, I really like the sound of this, I want to check out the album. But if I think it's just kind of like a standard thing, then I'm just gonna set it aside and move along and just not listen to that album. It's just the only way that I can do it. And I'll count on you guys some to let me know if, oh man, there's this melodic rock album that's out that is just phenomenal. And y'all know me, so y'all know what I like. So I'll count on you guys to let me know if you see at the end of the month when I list all the albums I listen to, if you're like, oh, you didn't check out this, it was really, really good. And please don't just recommend ones just because you noticed that I didn't listen to it. Like, just because I didn't listen to it doesn't mean that I didn't know it existed. I may have chosen not to listen to it, but if you think it's really, really good and it's something I shouldn't miss, then let me know and I'll definitely add it to my list to listen to. But otherwise, a single or something's got to really stand out, or it's got to be a melodic rock band that I already know I like and they're releasing a new album and I obviously don't want to miss it. Simple as that. Because I just need to really try to trim the fat a little bit and just reduce the amount of content that I'm constantly having to absorb and focus on and then categorize and you know, all of that kind of stuff. So most of that will come from the melodic rock and just like the hard rock side and stuff like that. Again, it's still going to be a big part of my channel, but I'm going to be a little bit more choosy on what I decide to delve deep into as far as that genre goes. Power metal, I'm pretty much going to cover everything that I come across in the power metal because, I mean, the power metal ranger, you know. Symphonic metal, for the most part as well, I'll pretty much cover everything. So, yeah, you know, those are just kind of my thoughts. That's how it's going to go starting this year in 2023. Those two changes, which hopefully neither of the two really bum you guys out too terribly much. Yeah, I mean, something's just got to give. And I've been feeling this way for a few months. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But still daily reactions. I'm still gonna be doing some album thoughts. Still gonna be doing some Ranger talks, things like that. But just certain areas I'm just gonna have to trim a smidge. But so I really really hope all you guys understand. I really really appreciate all of your support. And one thing I do want to mention, if you've listened to this video so far, if you're one of my regular viewers or even just a occasional viewer or something, when you check out one of my videos or reactions or something, just click the like button if you don't mind. I think that helps YouTube kind of determine where to place certain channels or certain videos and stuff like that. So if you're always kind of visiting my channel for, even occasionally checking out reactions and stuff, when you stop by the video and you're watching it or whatever, just pop the like button. Just give that thumbs up for me if you don't mind, because again, I think that will help maybe the channel get placed a little higher in the YouTube recommended and all that kind of stuff. So I really really appreciate it. But again, just thank you guys so very very much for all of your support. It means the world to me. And again, I hope y'all aren't too terribly bummed about these. I tried to minimize the changes to maximize the amount of extra time I would get, So anywho, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. And thank you guys again so much. Really appreciate it. I'll catch y'all next time. Ranger out.